Hello dear aspirants, hope you all are doing well and you all are preparing for your forthcoming exams, and your exam is likely to be conducted very soon, and your preparation must be in full swing for that. Best of luck for your exam, and as always we are here with a few important questions, banking fillers, and in fact they are double blank fillers. And let us first focus on the strategies that are required to solve these questions. I think we have uploaded quite a few videos on single and double blank fillers, and in both the cases, dear students, the strategies will remain same. I have been repeatedly asking the students not to visit the options first. Whenever you come across filler questions, assume that there are no options provided, right? Second, read the sentence from the beginning to the end, and from the important clue words that are mentioned in the sentence, you must find out the clues from the words mentioned in the sentence. And based on those clues mentioned, you must be ready with your own answer for the blank. For example, I think such a word should fit in the first blank, and a word like this should come into the second blank. It is only then that you may start attacking the options, but without applying the strategies that I have said so far, you should not focus on directly visiting the options. That is going to be detrimental to your scorings, right? So let's start. You can see banking sentence fillers can be very long. Sometimes there may be more than one clause and more than one phrase, and it is advisable that if you can separate them and you can try to separately understand their meaning, then in order to get the overall meaning becomes much easier, right? Let me tell you how many clauses are there in the sentence and how many phrases. Okay, so let's get started. The first sentence starts with a phrase that starts from, with the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe dash to visit India later next month. It's a phrase. Then starts a clause. The Prime Minister's office has sought a status report of the project. Okay. Here in the second clause, one common subject is there, that is the Prime Minister's office, followed by two predicates. Has sought a status report of the project, and Prime Minister's office will shortly hold a meeting on it, right? So altogether there is one clause having two predicates and one important phrase. So let us now read it out thoroughly from the beginning to the end and try to understand the key important or the clue words. With the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe dash to visit India. That means the sentence talks about the PM of Japan's PM. Okay, he is none other than Shinzo Abe, and he is likely to visit India. His visit to India is almost confirmed. He is expected to visit India, and his visit is fixed, right? So a word like fixed, okay, a word like fixed should come into the first blank. Okay, so let us read the remaining part of the sentence. The Prime Minister's office. So following the Japanese Prime Minister's visit, now what the PMO's office is doing here? Okay, the PMO's office has sought. Has sought means, sought is the third form of seek. Seek means demand, require, need. So the Prime Minister's office is in need of a status report. That means the PMO office now needs a status report of the project. That both the prime ministers are going to discuss on, and will shortly hold. The Prime Minister's office is going to hold shortly. What is that it is going to hold? It is going to hold a meeting on it. Meeting on it means meeting on the project. Okay. To dash resolve here has been used as a verb. As you can see, it is in first form. And you all know that we need an adverb here in the second blank which should modify or describe this particular verb. And right, here it talks about resolving outstanding issues, whatever pending or important issues are there in between the two countries. Those issues are going to be resolved or sorted out or solved very, very quickly, right? So it is quite easy to understand. The first blank needs a word like fixed, and the second blank needs a word which is synonymous with quickly. Okay, fine. So now let us go to the options, and now if you visit the options, your task will be much easier. So what are we going to do here? We are going to see the options which do not match with our options or the options which we selected right now. Let us attack option number 1 first. Asked and fixed. Asked and fixed are in no way related. There is no link between asked and fixed, and hence option number 1 is eliminated. Similarly, deciding, we don't need a verb in its ing form. We need a verb in the third form, which means the complete action, I mean the complete process of something which has already been discussed. Okay, here the visit of Shinzo Abe to India is already fixed, it is expected, so we can't have a present participle structure which is wrong, and hence it is eliminated. So now 1 and 4 are eliminated. We are left with 3, 5 and 2. 2 can go. Okay, 2 fixed, and as you can see, I told you a few minutes back that fixed can fit in the first blank, right? And again here, let us go to the first word of option number 3, scheduled. Scheduled to visit. Yes, it also can go. Scheduled means in a way fixed. And slated. Please do remember, slated is synonymous with fixed. When something is fixed, or something is expected to happen, or something is planned already before, then we can say slated. So pay attention to option number 2, option number 3 and option number 5. In all these options, the first words can go into the first blank. Now let us see if the second words in all these options can go into the second blanks. That is the most important thing, and here we are going to start the elimination process. Okay, I told you sometimes back that we need an option here. Okay, we need an adverb. In the second blank, we need an adverb which should be very synonymous with the word quickly. And now let us see meticulously. Meticulously means doing with a great care, with a lot of care. It does not mean doing something quickly, right? Meticulous obviously carries a positive meaning, and in most of the competitive exams you see this word being asked, but there is no connectivity between meticulously and quickly, right? And hence option number 2 stands eliminated. Similarly, we need an adverb, and the adverb of firstly is not an adverb, it is wrong. This word first can be used as an adjective and as an adverb as well. Okay, in place of firstly, if first were written, then without any doubt that would be the correct answer. So now option number 3 is also eliminated. So we are left with option number 5, and that is contextually and grammatically the most appropriate answer. So now let us move on to the next question. The way we tried to find out the clause and the phrases in the first sentence, we are going to do the very same here. Let us see how many clauses and phrases are there, because finding out clauses and phrases will help us relieve a lot of tension. Okay, the finance minister Arun Jaitley will dash on a 2-day visit to the UAE. Okay, so till this part there is a clause, right? And the subject of this clause is Arun Jaitley, will is a modal, and here we need a V1 form. Okay, and then why is he going to a 2-day visit to the UAE? Because he wants to ask the investors about investment opportunities. Very simple. Till this part, I don't need to go through the remaining part of the sentence, because whatever answer I was searching for, I have already got it here. Prime Minister Arun Jaitley will dash on a 2-day visit. Here we need a V1 form, and the meaning of that verb should be travel. Okay, will travel, will go, okay, will visit, right? And why should he visit there? Because his main intention behind visiting that place is to dash the investors about investment opportunities. It is as simple as that, because there are a lot of investors in the UAE and he is planning to visit that place in order to tell them about the investment opportunities. So here we need a V1 form as well. We need a V1 form too, which means to inform or tell or say something about the investment opportunities to the investors over there. So my dear friends, if you have understood the sentence well, then there will not be an iota of problem in solving this. So let us straight away visit the options, and now we can directly eliminate the irrelevant options and consequently make things much easier for us. Okay. So now let us start with the first one. 1. Embark. And my dear friends, please do remember that whatever word will be placed here in the first blank, that should take on after it. The preposition on should come after that verb. And here embark on is the correct answer choice. It seems to be the correct answer choice. And embark on means to start a journey. To start a journey, right? So for time being, we will retain this option because we have still 4 more options to go. Start, right? The verb start never takes any preposition after it because it's a transitive verb. And please do remember that transitive verbs never ever take any preposition after them. So now option number 2 is eliminated. Ride on. Yes, we ride on, but we ride on the object. Right? We ride on bikes, right? We ride on, or auto rickshaws, for example. So here you can't ride on a 2-day visit. So this becomes wrong contextually and meaningfully, logically as well. Option number 3 stands eliminated because it is irrelevant. Option number 4, set on. Set on means to start. Okay, so we may retain it from that angle, but it is not mentioned what he is going to start. Even if we put set in the first blank and try to combine the verb set with on, the preposition set on. Set on means to start something. The object is not mentioned over here, and from that angle you can eliminate this as well. And another important piece of information that I am going to give you after some time, that is the difference between apprise and appraise. There is another logic why option number 4 will be eliminated. That I am going to tell you after some time. Hold on. So now let us go to option number 5, the last option. March on. March on means to move on. Okay, to leave a particular place, to start going to another place with a mission. Okay, so let us keep it for time being and assume that it can fit in the first blank. But as I said, acquaint is not the, it's a verb. It's a verb, no doubt. It is a V1 form. Okay, but here, as you can see, the word that should come here in the second blank should take the preposition about after it. And acquaint never takes about after it. Acquaint with, we say. Acquaint with. I was not acquainted with the process. Means I was not familiar with the process. So now option number 5 stands eliminated. You must have understood as to what is going to be your answer. But before we switch over to the next question, I am going to tell you the basic difference between apprise and appraise. Both the words in fact are verbs. This is a V1 form. This is also a base form of the verb. Appraise means, appraise, as you can see, appraise means to evaluate. Okay, to evaluate or assess the performance of someone or something. While apprise means to inform. To inform. And you must have understood, a few minutes back I told you, a word that should go into the second blank should give this meaning as inform, and hence This is the correct answer, and option number 4 is irrelevant. Okay, so now we are moving on to the last question of this session. It seems to be, it appears to be a weak question, right? So don't panic. As I told you, it will be much easier for us to answer. Let us first of all break it down into clauses and phrases. While dash all criminal charges against the actress for promoting obscenity through her films, the total part till this is a phrase. It is a phrase. Please do remember it. And the subsequent part starts with a clause. The court observed, the court subject observed, verb second form of the verb. The court observed. Okay. Then till this part it is a clause, and another clause starts from this part, that all those films complained about. Okay, all those films is the subject of the second clause. Complained about, it is a participle phrase, past participle phrase. Please remember. And the predicate part of the second clause starts from this place. Had passed the scrutiny of the censor board, right? And from this part, another clause, that is the third clause, starts. If a person is the subject, and is dash, right? Is dash. Here we need an adjective, okay, which is a past participle in fact, okay, and that will function as the predicate of the third clause, right? So now altogether there are 4 clauses, and you can see here another clause there. The remedy lies, right? The remedy subject, this is the verb. So clause number 1, clause number 2, clause number 3, and clause number 4. Altogether there are 4 clauses. So now we are going to find out the meaning of all these 4 clauses in order to make it easier for us to find out the clues, right? Let us start with the sentence. While dash all criminal charges against the actress. See, till this part, what is being said? What is being told about? Criminal charges against the actress. Okay. So we need an answer here in the first blank. So what kind of answer do we need? That clue will be provided by the remaining part of the sentence. Is that clear? So if you come till this part, then it's not clear whether the criminal charges against the actress will be retained, we shall lay criminal charges against an actress, or we are going to remove, or we are going to revoke it, cancel it. It is not clear. But if you go to the subsequent part, what did the actress do? Why were criminal charges laid against the actress? For promoting, because she was said to be promoting obscenity. Obscenity means indecency, or you can say sexual matters, right? She was charged against for promoting obscenity through her films. So based on the information provided in the sentence, it is said that the actress had allegations against her that she was promoting obscenity in her films. Now the court observed that, and now it is the observance of the court that all those films complained about, whatever complaints were registered against all those films, had passed the scrutiny. Please do remember, okay, passed the scrutiny of the censor board. You must be aware of our censor board. Every film industry has a censor board, and it is up to the censor board to approve the passing of a movie or a film, right? If it deems fit. Okay, so since the court has observed that the censor board had passed the scrutiny, scrutiny means examination. So according to the court, there is no complaint. Okay, there is nothing wrong in the actress's promotion of obscenity through her films, because the censor board didn't find it faulty. because the censor board didn't see anything wrong in the inner films. So now you must have understood that since this part, from this part to this part, carries a positive information, and it says that the censor board found the films quite convenient, okay, to be telecast, right? Hence we need a positive word. All the criminal charges must have been cancelled against the actress, right? So we need a word which is in V1 plus ing form here, and it is very close and synonymous with the word cancel, okay? And now let us go to the second part. And if a person is dashed by such a certificate, according to the code, okay, the censor board had already passed the approval. Already passed the scrutiny. It has granted approval to the films. And even after that, if any person has any issue with such a certificate, with such a decision, then the remedy, the solution lies under section 5D of the Cinematograph Act. Then he may try to take the recourse of, he may take recourse to this particular section of the Cinematograph Act, because in this section, okay, everything with regard to the obscenity, availability or the presence of obscenity in a film is mentioned. If a person is not happy with the decision of the court as well as the censor board, he can go through this section and it will help him clear his doubts. So here a word we need which is synonymous with not happy, right? Not happy. If this much information you have got, then the other parts will absolutely be clear cut, and in no time you can eliminate the other options. You can let us go to the second options of each option and see if they are synonymous with not happy. Pleased is the opposite of not happy, right? Not happy means sad. Pleased is its opposite, and hence option number A is eliminated. Encouraged is not a synonym of what? Option number not happy. It is also eliminated. Now enraged means very angry. Yes, it can be the distant synonym of the word sad. When you are sad, you are angry. You are angry because something has happened to you, and that sad part of the story has made you sad. Enraged, angry. So let us retain this particular option for time being, option number 3, and let us go to question number 4. Aggrieved. Aggrieved means, okay, aggrieved. Please do remember, aggrieved is an adjective. Okay, aggrieved means sad, right? Affected. This seems to be the correct answer, but again, let us retain this option as well because we have still one more option to go. Extolling and disgruntled. Disgruntled means sad. Okay, we may retain this option from, if we judge things from the second blank's perspective, right? 3, 4 and 5 can go into the second blank if we take the second options into account. Now let us attack the first ones. Abet, A-B-E-T. Abet means to whip up, to incite, to provoke. And as I told you, in the first blank, we need a word like cancel, which is synonymous with the word cancel. And abetting carries another meaning. And extolling in option number 5, extol means to praise someone. Okay. But we don't need a word like this. We need a word which is synonymous with cancel. So now option number 3, option number 4 are eliminated because the first word of those options are wrong. So now we have only one option, that is option number 4. Quashing means cancelling. Thank you so much for watching the video. We'll meet again soon.